So you're ready to go offshore. You want the big fish. If you want the big fish, that means you need the best rods, Jimmy Hillsman, which is what we're going to talk about in this video here, Professor. We're right here at the new Oceans East in Nags Head, North Carolina. It's at the Oregon Inlet Fishing Center. Well done on this store, by the way. This is just dynamite, Jimmy. I know it's been a little bit of work, but it is dynamite. And so in this video, we're going to talk about what makes a great rod, and we're going to give you some specific recommendations. If you're going offshore and you're like, I want the best of the best, well, we're going to give it to you right now. So when you think about an offshore fishing rod, and before we look at like the lines themselves, the brands, what are you looking for? You start, Jimmy, like what makes a rod better? What makes it stronger? What makes it last longer? Like what's the elements that like separate it from the rest?
I mean, first of all, I want something with a good blank. I mean, all blanks have different actions. I want something that kind of fits the action on the different fish that I'm fishing for. If I'm dolphin fishing, I want something lighter tip. If I'm big eye fishing, I want something with some backbone. Yellowfin fishing, something just a little bit lighter. So that's kind of what I look at to start. I figure out what blank, what action I like, and then I kind of go from there.
Yeah, and so for those unfamiliar, the blank is the what? You would describe that as?
So looking at one of these rods, I mean, the blank is what's underneath these guides before the rod's wrapped. It's what's underneath.
And that's usually made from what? What material?
There's graphite. There's several different, different materials now that the rod builders are making them, especially the guys in recent years making stuff, trying to make them lighter and lighter every year.
But the norm for a long time was just straight fiberglass.
For a long time, but that's evolving. That's evolving. So we're going to look at the blank. What else are we looking at that makes something high quality?
The guides. I mean, you have AFCO guides, Winthrop guides. You have some Fuji guides. Some of these are Fuji. Stuff like the quality of the guides. I mean, you get a cheap guide, inserts will pop out. A lot of issues. On the nicer guides, you will not have that problem.
Yeah.
So there's three companies I mentioned that have a good product.
Yeah. Anything else you'd add to that, Professor? Like when you're looking at a rod, and obviously, on the speech list, we get our rods from Doug Gray, Killer Bee Customs. We certainly love him. And you all actually have a custom rod here at Oceans East as well. And we're going to talk about that here in a minute. I'm excited to learn more about that. What's something that you're specifically looking for? Anything else, Professor?
Well, durability.
Yes.
Because we use ours a lot.
Especially for the bluefin. I mean, that's like...
Yeah. And, the thing that we have a problem with the most is the roller tips. You know what I mean? If you don't clean them really good and wash them out, they'll just get salt on the inside and they'll seize up all the time. You're constantly taking them apart and cleaning them, you know what I mean? So a good quality roller tip is key in my opinion.
Yeah. So let's look at some of these lines. Let's start, I guess from a pricing perspective, let's start from the bottom and work our way up. This is not an exhaustive list, okay? And so there's plenty out there. And in fact, if you're watching this right now, in the comment section, put what you like to use. If there's a particular rod that you like to use offshore, put it in there and tell us why you like to use it. Now keep in mind, this guy here, he can send anything pretty much that he can get his hands on anywhere in the country. And so as you're watching this, if you're seeing something that you like, call them up and they'll send it to you. All right, so let's get started. Where should we start at?
Okay, so I'd say on the cheaper side, this is, like we said earlier, budget. Yep. This can get you started. This is a Bill Fisher rod.
Okay.
They're about $89, $90. This is 30 to 80 class. They have them all different size, class, but a lot of backbone to it. Something that can get you started. You can catch yellowfin tunas, blackfins, dolphins, stuff like that. But
so Bill Fisher, we've got a whole spread of sizes that we can get depending on what you are trying to catch offshore. I've used these myself. I've been happy with them in the past. And so, like you said, if you're looking for something that's budget-minded, but still a solid rod, good way to go. I
mean, it gets expensive quick, outfitting a boat, as you both know. And this is a great thing to start with. A lot of the guys that come in our shop, they'll get like a TLD 50 and pair it to this, and shoot, ready to go under $500. I mean, you're ready to go fishing. And you can catch anything really that swims in this area on it. So it's a good starting outfit, definitely.
All right, so Bill Fisher, number one. All right, let's keep going. Next up is
And next up here, this is a pin rod right here. It has roller stripper guide, roller tip. With recent years, we all use crank on swivels in this area when especially tuna fishing. So it's very important for us to have a roller tip, especially. So crank on swivel goes through the guides. That's something to look at. That's really important to me. And then it has a stripper guide down here.
So the stripper guide, the purpose of that is what?
Really, for me personally, I'm not too worried about the stripper guide.
Uh-huh.
Roller tip is my big thing. The other guides can be all straight regular Fujis like this, and I'm happy with it. I just want a roller tip.
Would you say that's how
That's exactly how
your approach?
Ours is set up just like this. Most of our 50 class rods. It's very important for that roller tip because we nothing but wind on swivels. You know, so it's very important.
Okay. We'll have to do a video on those wind on swivels at some point as well.
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, so as we continue to move up the food chain here, Mr. Jimmy Hillsman.
All righty. This is Shimano Blue R Series Talus, and it is just under $500. Nice quality blank. This is light. They've really done their homework. AFCO roller tip, a big roller tip, and that's the thing that's important to me. You see some of the rods have smaller roller tips, and then you crank on swivel. Even though it's a roller tip, it'll still get caught in there. This one, it's a large one. I think it's a Bigfoot series AFCO roller tip. This is light. It's a nice, nice rod that you can get, production rod that you can buy.
Did you say to me, Professor, when it like you can detach the butt and like replace it with a different one? Does it mention that?
Like most of these a little bit higher end rods, you can take this nut loose here, and the butt comes off of them.
So the advantage in your mind to that is what?
Well, it's a lot of different for storage for one, because you can break them down, and then you can have different size rods and use the same reel and butt. So like, let's say you have a lighter class, so you can say you're going dolphin fishing that day, and you have a heavier class rod, but you also have a set of them that are lighter that you like to use for dolphins, but you don't have different reels. You know what I mean? You can just throw another rod on that butt and go fishing. But for ease of use, I mean, they break down, store well, and if you ever want to change and put like a bent butt, you want to get a bent butt to fit this, you could do that too and put your reel on it and still use this rod.
Yeah. All right, that's good to know. So again, this was the Shimano Talus, almost $500 for that. She's beautiful, shockingly light. That's the immediate observation that I have.
It's got a carbon fiber butt on it.
Carbon fiber butt,
Yeah, I mean,
so really makes it
looks like this might last you a millennia. That's really, really nice. All right, so finally, we've got some custom action here at Oceans East. I'm excited to hear about this.
So, we have several rod builders that work for us. In the shop, we have custom rods. We have 3 stock colors, and then we can build any rod to match any rod that customer may have that they want to match rods to. So this is probably our best selling stock color, metallic ice blue. This is 50 class rod, and it's perfect around here for like yellowfins, dolphins, big eyes, I mean, whatever you catch out here, but great for a 50 class reel to go on it.
And generally speaking, and I know the answer is it depends and it's a range, but give us the ranges. If somebody wants a pretty nice custom rod like that, not including the reel right now, in that 50 class, what roughly would they be looking at?
I'll say this, the prices are all over the place because it depends on your components.
Okay.
This is an AFCO roller tip right here, very reasonably priced, but if you put Winthrop components on here, the price skyrockets.
Yes.
So it's very, very hard to give, but this is our base rod. We have Fuji guides, AFCO, Bigfoot roller tip. And with this, this rod is in the upper $400 range, just over $500 actually.
Mm-hmm.
So very, very similar to the price as far as the Talus. And we can match any colors, anything anybody wants, we can make, or if somebody wants more expensive, like a Winthrop tip, we can do that too. We can build anything anybody wants.
Wow. That's pretty cool. And I know I think there's something just magic about a custom a custom rod. You know what I mean, Professor?
It's all matching colors, matching the colors of your boat, the theme of your boat with the boat name on it, you know, the boat emblem. It's just.
And they can do it. There's a lot you can do with that too,
Oh my
right,
gosh.
Jimmy?
Oh yeah, they can do anything. And most of our customers, you know, they want their boat name on here, and you know, for no extra charge, we can put the boat name on. So yeah, there's a lot we can do.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do, and as you can see, there's a lot of choices. In this video, we talked about everything down from like $80, $90, $100 on up to in that $500, $600 dollar range, of course, depending on some of the different hardware and the features used. Hopefully that was helpful to you. Again, if you're interested in a rod, whether it's a production or a custom, make sure you call this guy right here, Jimmy Hillsman, Oceans East at Nags, North Carolina. They can send it anywhere in the country, or just visit them when you come to the OBX, because you know you're coming on vacation here, because everybody comes to vacation in the Outer Banks. I mean, why would you not? And make sure you go on an offshore trip with this fellow right here. I mean, we are doing a ton of trips, and it's because you have supported us, and we appreciate it very, very much. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and until the next time, everyone, stay salty.